Hey guys, how's it going? It's your favorite train wreck here. Welcome to my very purple room. I'm currently visiting my parents and this is how my mum decided to redecorate my old childhood room. So yeah, if you don't know, I am 5'9" tall. In centimeters, that's 176 centimeters. I've been the same height since I was 13 years old. So I feel like I'm qualified to kind of talk about how you tend to get treated. I asked you some questions on Instagram and I also got some comments on my last video. I do want to say, however, if I sat here and said, you know, this is how you'll get treated, because this is how I get treated, that would be incredibly inaccurate. I'm not gonna sit here and say that your race doesn't matter, because it does. I'm sat here talking about my experiences as a tall girl, as a light-skinned tall girl, and unfortunately colorism and your race does tend to kind of impact things. So the number one question that I get asked is, how is it dating in Korea as a tall girl? I kind of gave up dating Koreans in Korea just because it wasn't for me. I tried and it wasn't for me, and that's okay. So I have a limited experience of what it's like, but from my experience, to be honest, I think it's just who you meet. You are going to find guys who care about height and you are going to find guys who don't. It's no skin off my back if a guy is just like, oh no, you're too tall, like they feel too intimidated, that's cool. Whatever. I've dated guys who were like 6 foot and above and my 5'9" height bothered them. So genuinely, I don't care. Something I have noticed in Korea, like the guys tend to actually put the height in their bio. So if you're someone who cares about height, you want your guy to be taller, it's super easy to find out. Also, something I realized is it's not as, like, I feel like in the West, asking a guy what the height is kind of a loaded question because it opens them up to being, I guess, body shamed. But in Korea, it's kind of just like, they literally put it in their profile. They literally put their height and their weight in their profile. So half of the time you already know what their stats are. And if not, it's like not considered rude to ask, basically. The newer generation does tend to be slightly taller than the older generation. So you're not gonna, you know, it's not unheard of to find someone who's 6 foot, 6'1", 180 something centimeters. Like they are out there. I would say that the average height that I have seen is still kind of 5'9", 5'10". Tall guys are out there. I just don't look for them actively. So yeah, I would say in terms of tall girl dating in Korea, it's not much difference. If anything, it's slightly easier because there's no like taboo in asking when you're doing online dating, like, hey, how tall are you? Number 2, clothing. I'm gonna disappoint you guys. Don't do it. Like, if you are planning on moving to Korea, please stock up. I've been back in England for a whole month and I've been stocking up on jeans, like tall girl jeans. Tall girls, it's not, Korea is not meant for us in terms of buying tall trousers. It's not gonna happen. And I'll tell you why. There are websites that sell tall girl clothing. However, these websites have longer leg lengths. However, they are still Korean sized, meaning they probably won't fit your thighs and your hips. I don't know about you, I don't have an ass. Like, I'm coming to you as a woman without an ass and I can't fit into Korean jeans. Like, the tallness, yeah, cool, fine. And then you try and zip it up and it's like, are these jeans meant for a child? Because if you happen to be like that Asian size, then go for it. If you are either plus size or not even plus size, I'm a size 2/size 4 and I can't fit into those jeans. And if I can, it's not comfortable. Like, whenever you move, you feel like you're about to rip the fabric. So me personally, nah. However, pro tip, this is what one of my friends did. Sammy, who is also the same height as me, she actually tends to go to Zara, which is one of the few shops that you as a foreigner can go to where they may have your size. So what she tends to do, and what she told me to do, is to get some jeans that are slightly big. Hold on, let me... Okay, she actually gifted me these jeans. These are from Zara. Here's a picture of me wearing them. She bought them in a US size 6, but she's like a size 2 to 4. So what she did was she got a bigger size, about 2 sizes bigger than she actually is. The length of the trouser and kind of like the hip area suit her, but then like because they're high-waisted, the waist size was way too big. So what she did was she went and got them altered, which is super cheap in Korea. So that is a pro tip. What you can do is just buy a bigger size. And in general, treatment, I would say, something that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, highly depends on who you are. Sadly, it depends on where you're from. My experience is going to be very different to you know, someone with darker skin or lighter skin even. So just from my experience, I've never had like a straight up negative experience, I would say. Like, no, I actually never had a negative experience. The only thing that I really had was people like complimenting me. Actually, they would say like, oh my god, you're so tall. You know, whenever I'd be wearing a skirt, they would be like, wow, you're so tall. Like, it was always very positive. Yeah, it was never like a, oh, why are you so tall? Or wow, you're so tall. Like, it was always super nice. Like, you know, the girls would be like, oh my god, I'm so jealous of your long legs. To be honest, does anyone anywhere get treated badly if they're tall? Also, for my tall girls who have larger feet, you're gonna struggle to find shoes that fit. Someone said stares from people around. You will... Oh my god, I forgot about that. I'm so used to it now, I don't even remember. But when I first came to Korea, I would get super self-conscious and super anxious because I'm like, oh my god, why is that like old man staring at me, or this old lady, like, why? And remember, like, the older generation, they are tiny. Like, I'm talking like 4'11", barely making it to 5 feet tall. And I would always notice how the older people would like look me up and down, like really like head to toe. And the older people do not care. Like, you will make eye contact and they'll still like look you up and down. But again, it's not anything negative. They just don't see, you know, you're a foreigner and you're big, like you're tall. So I don't personally mind it. If you are someone who gets uncomfortable with that, that might be an issue. In general, I will say it's nothing negative. It's nothing to be worried about. It's just curiosity. Someone asked, does the long sleeve clothing cover the wrist, or is it 3/4 length because of long arms? That depends on your dimensions, I guess. I've never thought about that actually. I should have started off this video with this top actually. It's kind of cute. I bought this in Korea, and these are the sleeves. The sleeves are long. Someone said, I heard Koreans are also quite tall, so did your height blend with theirs, or were you taller? Absolutely not. I stood out like a sore thumb. I will say the newer generation, like I said before, they are getting taller, but the average height, I believe, don't quote me on this, the average height for women is like 5'4" or something, but they are getting up there. But in general, no. If you do have a question about being tall in Korea, or any type of other question, comment down below, or you can DM me on Instagram and I'll try to get back to you. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.